All right, everyone, let's jump into the last lab here. We're going to be doing with privileged identity management. We're going to continue that discussion. Let's go ahead and go over to Azure Active Directory Admin Center. This will not be the last time that we go into this portal here, but it definitely will be one of the few times. We'll put it that way. Go up to All Services as we have in the past. We have Azure AD Privileged Identity Management. Put a little star in there just so we have it on the favorites. Okay, what do we want to do? There's so many things that we can do inside of here where we're all over the place. Hey, I want to activate. Maybe I want to manage access. Maybe I want to discover and monitor. Well, there's so many things that we can do on here. So first, let's start off with the Azure AD roles. So we're going to assign eligibility here first. So we're going to look on here look at all of these roles that we have. So remember before when we gave Geddy Lee the SharePoint administrator, where is the SharePoint? There we go. SharePoint Administrator. We will see that we have no eligible assignments, but we have an active assignment. So we actually want to change this for Geddy Lee here. We want to change this to, right now it's currently permanent and all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove, actually we just updated, I suppose. We're going to change it from active to eligible. And we're going to say he's permanently eligible. Actually, you know what? Let's uncheck that here and let's do, I don't know, let's do a week. We're in July 23. That's a year. Sure, whatever. We'll do Thanksgiving here. Oh, we're way far out there. I'm going too far. We'll just jump in here and just do August 1st. Looks good to me. Okay, so the difference between eligible and active is eligible means that I have to go in and update my account. Active means I automatically am that. So you can see that I changed it over where I am coming over here where I have no active assignments, but if I come over to eligible assignments, we'll see that Geddy Lee now is. So we can remove the assignment from him, so we're going to go ahead and do so. So he is gone now, and I actually did not mean to truly do that here. I meant to actually remove his assignment that he had from before. Oops, we'll have to just do this again here. So we'll just do Geddy Lee. Go to next, and then we will say he is eligible, and then we will say he is eligible, and we'll just go out the year. It's fine, not a big deal here. Okay, assign. There we go. That's what I meant to do. I did not mean to accidentally do that on there, but hey, we all make mistakes. Not a big deal. So SharePoint Administrator is eligible right now for Geddy Lee. So let's go ahead and go to Settings. What do we want to do when we have this activation? So by default, we have it set for 8 hours. Now we could set this here when you activate it. We can have this set for, I have a customer right now that does 2, and we are requiring MFA as well as a justification. We can do this approval process, which again makes it very difficult to do your job, of course. We require ticket activate or ticket information. Now, essentially what this is around the idea of if you have a ticketing system here and somebody submits access to have eligible access to an administrator role, then you can essentially track it on there. That's about all. Okay, do we want to allow permanent eligible assignments? Maybe. We have them set right now to expire after a year. That's why I went out that far. And then expire active assignments after 6 months. And then we require MFA for active assignment. Require justification as well. We're going to go ahead and hit next. So here's the notification. So admins are going to get an alert. They will get the role assignment alert as a role activation alert. The requester will get an alert as well as the approver if there are approvers in this instance here. So we're going to go ahead and go to notification and then we will click update. All right, now we have this role set up here for Geddy Lee. Let's go ahead and I'm going to create an incognito window over here and I'm going to log in as I do. And I think Geddy Lee is going to have to register for MFA, which I will do. Yes, so I will. More information is required. Okay, I'm going to get the app here, and I'm just going to set this up real quick off screen. So give me just a second. Just to keep in mind, when you are doing your MFA, you always use work or school account. Okay, notification approved, and we're good here. All right, so coming up over here, we could see over here that I do not have the admin portal under my apps. So what I actually have to do here is I have to go to portal.azure.com, which is, I know, kind of annoying because I need to log into Azure Active Directory. We'll do this later. I need to actually log into Azure Active Directory. Now, there are easier ways to do this here, but we'll come over here where it says Manage Active Directory. We'll click View. And then we come over here to Identity Governance, which will then come up under here. And I will see Azure AD roles, and I will see my roles. Now again, remember, an administrator would do this here, so it's not out of the norm. This is not that difficult for an administrator to do, and of course you can always use links here too as well. So I have an eligible assignment here, which is, as we can see, I am eligible. I'm going to go ahead and click Activate. All right, we have it set for up to 2 hours. Need to do job. And we'll activate. And you can see it's going through the stages here. Now, 2 hours, that seems like a lot, a very small amount of time. And like I said, for the customer that I was working with that does have 2 hours, yeah, it's very difficult because they have to constantly do this, and it's very annoying. So I always generally recommend around 8 hours. That's a one day thing, kind of a work day, and then you have your access to do what you need to do. So with all that being said, you can go whatever you want. You can have it customized as well. It's up to you. As obviously as an organization, security and everything would certainly make that decision there. But if I come back over here and I do a refresh, it may take a minute or so here, but I should. You can see I have an active membership, or excuse me, an active assignment right now. I just got to wait for that to propagate out there, and I will see the SharePoint Admin Center will be available here. So we'll get to that here in just a second. And as we did before, we ran into this once before when we made the RBAC role for Getty here, that it just takes some time. I don't know why that SharePoint Admin Center one always does, but for unknown reasons, that one always just takes a little bit of time. So just waiting here. There we go. And now we have admin on there, so we click on admin. And then again, SharePoint Admin Center, we're good to go. So now we see here that we have PIM, and you would essentially recreate this when we do these roles for every one of your user accounts that need to have privileged access to them. You would remove them from the permanently eligible to the you have to up your accounts. Now, of course, it's probably a good practice, and again, coming back here, it's probably a good practice to do this, especially on the this guy right here. Where is it? The global administrator account here, because we have nobody who's currently eligible, but we have what, three active accounts. These never expire or anything like that. So, you know, it is what it is. Since this is just a lab environment, it's fine, but you probably want to at least have these two accounts, the top and the bottom, to have some sort of either eligible or expiration on them. But this backdoor admin, that's a break glass account. We would never ever touch that one. That one will always be permanent. Okay, with all of that being said, that is pretty much how we do just-in-time access and privileged identity management. You just essentially rinse and repeat that for every one of these roles and what you want it to do. Everybody who just did everything there will essentially get an alert. We certainly have the ability to resource audit these things here too, which we can see that add member to role completed, which again, Geddy Lee was just done as a SharePoint administrator. The requester was done, and you can see that I added Geddy Lee to that role after I accidentally removed him. So you can see everything again is audited. You could say, hey, what happened, and so and so, and so on and so forth. Look at all of those different pieces there. A lot of cool stuff that we can do inside of here, but as I said, looking at all of these bits and pieces here, we can get pretty complex with it, which is why I always recommend starting off with definitely the global administrator and then start branching out from there. So you can see here's the current assignments that are out there right now. All right, with all that being said, that is everything, and that is the last lab and lecture that we have had for this particular section here. We will start discussing the next section, which will be dealing around devices and Intune and management of those devices. So until then, we will chat at a different time. Thank you for your time here, and I certainly hope you learned something.